What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fab, Freddie Fox, America's Big Brother, and we are live celebrating the 50th episode of the Saturday Night Sit Down. It's surreal, man. It's surreal. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fab, Freddie Fox, America's Big Brother, and I'm here hosting my very first event, my 50th episode of the Saturday Night Sit Down. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up tonight, man. Thank you so much for showing up, man. You know, other than tonight, right, than leaving with a good time and your new favorite podcast, there's three things I want you guys to leave with tonight, right? Number one is, remember, your network is your net worth, right? Number two is, anything you want in your life, if you really want it, you can make that happen, right? And number three is understand that everything that happens to you in life is either a blessing or a lesson. If you want to shorten that up, gratitude, understanding gratitude. And I'm bringing that up here, and I'm going to start with this one because, number one, like I said, your network is your net worth. And if it wasn't for the network that I've developed over this last year, none of this would have been possible. None of this. You know, so understanding who you have in your corner, who's there supporting you, and how they help you. I mean, you got to appreciate those people and hold them really near and dear to you. You know, I started earlier this year. I had a vision that I wanted to host my first event this year, right? And I sat down with my man Brandon, and he made a commitment to me, right? Every week, we sit down. Every Tuesday, we have a conversation of what's going on, how it helped me game plan and make these things happen. And through those conversations, every Tuesday night, 9:30, today was able to happen. So thank you very much, Brandon, for helping me with this for you. You know, another thing is, right, I want to really give a shout out, right, and acknowledge my number one supporter, right? You know, somebody who I know that's been by my side, and with him in my corner, anything is possible, you know. Always give me immense support no matter what it is that I'm doing, you know, no hesitation, making sure that I have what I need and backing me up each and every time, and it's their first time actually seeing me perform in person and do this. So I want to give a shout out and a special thank you to my wife, Evelyn. Thank you for being there for me and supporting me so much. I love you so much, baby. Now, for those of you, right, to, you know, understand the show and your first timers, you know, what my show is about, and it took a lot to get here, right? In 2016, I lost my job, right? I was on top of the world. I was just married. My daughter was about to turn 1. I had a very high-paying job, and it was ripped from underneath me, right? And that threw me into a lot of depression and anxiety and sadness, right? I'm a man now, right? I'm a husband, I'm a father, but I got no job, and I can't provide for my family. And it killed me inside, and it ate at me every single day, and no matter how hard I looked, because I was looking to try to find a job, and it was about, oh, you need to have a degree or do this, that, and the third, and because of the choices I made, I didn't complete college, so I didn't have that degree, which made it a lot tougher and made it feel like it was impossible for me to get up and stand on my feet. But through that, right, and what happened with my job, they actually ended up paying me to go back to school. So I was able to go back to school, get my degree. And while I was going to school, I said to myself, you know, I want to set an example for my kids, right? I want to show my daughter that anything is possible if you want to, right? I wanted to go to school and I wanted to get my degree, and I didn't accomplish that. And I felt like I was too old, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to hit the books. I'm going to study. I'm going to go out there and do what I got to do. And I busted my ass in school. When I finally got to the day for graduation, I'll never forget it, filling out my paperwork to graduate and sitting in my car and just crying from all the hard work and effort, knowing that it finally paid off and I got to this moment. I made it. I got to graduate. I'm going to hit that stage. My daughter's going to see me. I'm going to set an example. It's going to be a beautiful moment. And then COVID hit. So my graduation was now through a Zoom meeting. So I didn't get the pleasure of seeing my daughter being on there, seeing me on the stage, leading an example. And this goes back to what I said, everything is a blessing or a lesson, right? I had a vision that I wanted, right? I wanted her to see me cross that stage. It was that point. And we also understand that sometimes what you really want, if you don't get it, it wasn't really meant for you, right? And you got to be okay with that. So me walking that stage and getting that diploma wasn't meant for me, right? What was meant for me was tonight, this moment right here. I got a stage all to myself. I'm putting on a performance of something that I want to do, right? Following my passion, following my dream, following my desire. That's what I want to leave my kids, right? And I want them to see that anything is possible, right? So you just gotta, sorry, pardon me for a minute. It just goes back to that, to understand that everything is either a lesson or a blessing, man. And that was a blessing in my disguise. And I want to thank you because I got to really set an example for my family in a room all about me with a bunch of people who support me and hold me down from day one, man. And I thank each and every one of you guys, man. Thank you so much for being here, man. So, you know, as part of my celebration of this, I wanted to bring back a couple of previous guests and things, people that are doing some things that really left an impact and left for me. So I want to bring up somebody who really inspires me, man. Like, and I say this with all love in this, man. I don't even think he's even old enough to buy a drink yet legally, right? But you know, he's doing his thing, right? And what surprised me was his confidence and his ability to overcome a lot of things, right? You know, long story short, and if you watch the episode, right, as a child, he was left in a hotel by his parents, right, and was left to care for by the maids there. You know, you think somebody who starts from that, you know, where do they end up? You might let him beat you, but not for this dude, man. He turned it around, right? And he's making a statement for himself and really coming out of that. So I want you, everybody, please put your hands together for my first guest and a good friend of mine, Dylan Smith, man. Come up here, baby. Dylan, my man.
Thank you, Freddie. Can we give a round of applause for him? Look at this. I got a call from him about a week ago, like, hey, I'm hosting an event, and I need you there. I was like, oh, I'm there for sure, but a week ago? Damn, you killing it.
Yeah, man, and you know what? That goes back to, like I said, right? It's for the network that I had, and it's only as possible because I have people like you in my corner, right? Because I hit you up a week ago, I said, listen, I need you there. And you said, what do you need, right? No hesitation, right? Because he's going to support me and be there, and he was supporting me from day one. And one of the things, like I said, that really intrigued me, right, was a story that he shared when he first got there about he was going for an internship, and they told him it was going to be a short internship, but he set that record straight real quick. He let him know what it's going to be there. He's going to be there early, on time, before you and after you, and I'm going to need this going on for 3 months. When I prove to you that I can do this job, you're going to hire me full-time and make a career out of this. You understand me? And that listen, man, part of that takes balls, man. Somebody being 19 years old to go up to somebody and the CEO of a company and lay down a law like that. I commend you, my man.
Thank you.
You know, so thank you so much, man. So another part, right? Part of this bringing up is you going about, like you said, defying all odds, right?
Right.
That's what you're about. And if you don't know, man, this is Dylan Smith. You know, D's for dyslexia and defying all odds, and he's taken something that a lot of people would let defeat them, and he's using it to make himself successful, right? He's turning that around and really doing what he says, right? Defying all odds. So, you know, break it down for us a little bit, man, how you do this.
So the brand's not for me at all. D's for Dyslexia and Defying All Odds isn't for me. It's for what I needed. So during COVID, obviously, I was a senior in high school, and I was just in my room a lot, as we all were, and I started listening to some business speeches, started working out, started running, just started doing my own thing. And then I was like, you know, I went through all of this. I was misdiagnosed with dyslexia. I had to go through all of these trials and errors and get evaluated and do this and be on the wrong meds for 10 years. And it wouldn't have been fair to everybody else if I didn't share my story or my path. Because if I've got a path that's going to work for 90% of the people and I don't share it, what good is it? I had to share it. I would have been selfless to not share it and build a brand out of it, to make a movement out of it, to help those who need it most. And you got to defy all the odds to be able to overcome obstacles like that. And the exciting part about overcoming obstacles is who you become after, and there's only another obstacle. And you got to get excited to go over those obstacles because of who you become after the next one, and after the next one, and after the next one. And it's the journey, it's not the destination.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. You got to, there's a saying, right? The person who enjoys to run runs further than the person who has a destination. You know what I mean? They enjoy that, right? They live for that. They push through it no matter what. You know, they wake up in the morning when everybody else is sitting there trying to stay home. They're out there running. It's cold, raining, and stuff like that, but they're going because they enjoy it, right? And that's part of it, right? Enjoying the journey, enjoying what you're going through. And that's what I had to learn, too, through going through this. I had to hit my pitfalls and understand what it was and fall in love with it, right? You know, just grind and putting this event together, it was stressful, you know? But like I said, through the network that I had and having that vision of knowing that I want to do this, pushing through it, man, I was able to put this down last minute. So definitely with that, from our episode, right? Because we talk about some things that we learned from our good role models, and one thing that Dylan said with his dad, which really stood out, And I loved it, right? Because he says that his dad is going around doing all sorts of things, right? You know, taking care of the family, working, being at events and this, that, or whatever. And Dylan barely has time, right, to go to the gym.
Right.
And when you ask your dad, you know, about that, what did he tell you?
When I tried to fathom it because he's got 200 more things to do than I do in a day, and he gets them all done in a day. So when he wakes up the next morning, everything on his list has been checked off, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. I'm building my brand, I'm working as a level 1 tech in finance, and I'm also working out and trying to keep a relationship with our family, and you're just doing it. And he's like, well, I make time, not excuses.
Like, come on, I make time, not excuses, right? And yeah, let's give it up for that, right? Let's give it up for that. And it stood out because, as many of you know, people who have followed the show, right, I focus on that, the importance of your dad and your role models in your life, right? And a lot of my friends didn't have their dads in their lives, right? They were wondering and waiting for that dad to show up to pick them up to take them to the park, right? Or show up and go to the playground or play that game of cash or teach them how to ride a bike, and they just never showed up, or they just, you know, something came up at work, or I held up, and it's just excuse after excuse after excuse. But a real man, like you said, you know, I make time, not excuses. And that's
Right.
deep, man. That's deep.
I live by that.
No, absolutely, man. So, and then for everybody going on, like you said, you got things coming on. I know you came here to help me out, and you're making a movement where you're defying all odds and everything like that. So, what do you got going on in these next couple of weeks, man?
I'm hosting my second event, September 3rd, Defying All Odds Day, hosted by Dylan Smith, and we're going to give you guys the tools, the path walk, the connections, a great time, memories. Anything. When you leave my room, you'll be able to call somebody that you met that day, and you could be like, I'm hosting an event, and they would be here like we all were for Freddie. So I would love to see you guys all there, and also we should also congratulate not only Freddie, but his family, because this isn't a win for him, it's for him and his family. It's a win for everybody in here. So can we give a round of applause for that?
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. So, yeah, guys, if you don't know, man, please, you know, and when we come out here, stay connected with Dylan. He has this beautiful event coming up. We'll get you the details on that, how to get tickets and everything. They do have it Eventbrite, or how to get tickets right now?
Eventbrite, yeah. You can DM me, you can DM Freddie, you can DM Brandon, Rob, Joe. We all have the link if you need it. And then one thing I wanted to say is I listened to our podcast after you called me, and I was manifesting a lot of things in that podcast. I was like, I want to do this. I want to speak in schools. I want to host events. And I just told Brandon today, I was like, I listened to it this morning coming to work, and I said one thing that I wanted to do, and I was like, check. Oh, that's crazy, a year ago, right? I did it. Everything I manifested in that hour-long podcast has been checked off my book and done and accomplished. And at a better, higher level than I thought I was going to do it.
That's right. Give it up for him. Give it up for him. And like you said, right, and that's why I said that inspires me so much, man, because, and I say this again with all respect, being so young, bro, and having the mentality and the mindset that you have is impeccable, man.
Thank you.
You know, it took me, up to 36 years to get to where you are now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, big ups to you on that, man. So, everybody, please big up for Dylan, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you attend this event, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. So next person I want to bring up here, man, like I said, I shouted him out earlier today. He helped me so much in putting this event together and really being there for me. Is my good friend, Brandon Gades, man. Come up here, my man. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for him. My guy, man. My guy. Thank you so much, man. You know, I brought you up here multiple reasons. Right, number one is because of that. I want to make sure that I acknowledge you properly, right? Lo and behold, this event wouldn't be possible without you, right? You know, you sat with me every single week. You know, I know there was times where you probably doubted me at times, right? Because I know I doubted myself, right? And I'm not gonna lie. I gotta keep it honest with you, right? If you want to be real, you gotta be honest with your man and own up to yourself, right? So I doubted myself at times, but every week, it didn't matter. You were there. You made that phone call to me every single week, you know? And I did not want to disappoint you, man. You know what I mean? Like, you put in all this time and effort, all these months, and I did not want to disappoint you. I know, like, you know, this event kind of almost fell through the holes when the first venue pulled out for me. And on that note, man, just shout out to where we are right now, Tropical Island Spice, for coming in clutch last minute for me, man. You know, these guys, you know, through the network, right? People made it for a couple phone calls, and, you know, I spoke to Adriana. She was just like, you know what, whatever you need, man, I want to help you out. You know, there was no pushback, no fight, no nothing. Really just want to see somebody in the community do well and supporting them, man. So I thank you guys so much, man, and I appreciate you. So, you know, and when that happened, I doubted myself, right? And I almost canceled. I was telling Brandon the other night, I was like, you know, maybe I should push it out another week, right? And he was like, why? And I was like, I don't know, man, just things are going on. He's like, but you got everything going on, right? I was like, you know what, it's just true, man, it's true. And sometimes you need that, right? I'm a huge Avatar, The Last Airbender fan, right? And General Iroh says one of my favorite quotes where he says, although it's always good to believe in oneself, a little help from others is a true blessing, right? And if it wasn't for you pushing me, man, and acknowledging me and questioning me, I probably would have backed out and not made this happen. So thank you so much, man. So, a little bit about Brandon, right? So he has the Warm Heart Life Foundation, right? And part of that is one of the reasons why he helped me, right? Because he's got a mission for 21 to 21, right? And that's where we started. So break that down, man, and let the people know what you're doing.
Yeah, so I had success with my first career, and the moment when it hit me with everything I worked for from 17 to 26, the moment when it hit me when I achieved pretty much everything I wanted to achieve, it was the loneliest day of my life. And I was like, man, the next time I achieve success, the next time I go to the top of the mountain at whatever it is I'm pursuing, I'm going to take a massive group of people with me. So that we're going to climb together, we're going to fall together, we're going to pick each other up together, and we're going to make it to that top of the mountain together. And when we make it to the top, we're going to celebrate, we're going to have a good time. And then we're going to see that other mountain up there. We're going to be like, oh, I think we should climb that one next.
That's right.
So I started my company called Warm Heart Life because I knew I couldn't change the world. I knew you couldn't change the world. I knew you couldn't change the world. You couldn't change the world. You couldn't change the world. But I knew collectively we could all change the world. And warm hearts can change the world. The more people we have who got each other's back instead of pull each other back, the more people that we have that pick you up instead of drain that energy out of you, the more people like that, the more we can change the world.
Absolutely, man. So thank you, and we'll keep pushing that and working on changing the world, because I believe that too, right? Part of that is why we connect, is because we have a lot of things in common, right? I believe that love can change the world. And during our interview, right, I told you who my role models and people that I looked up to were, and that was Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Rosa Parks. And ironically enough, there was the same ones for you, right? And you shared a poem that you wrote that also resonated with me, and that's why I wanted you to come out and share that. So if you could break it down, what was that poem that you wrote?
Wow, right off the top. So the poem is called Becoming Great, and it goes like this. I thought I was good until I saw great. It was then when I understood what achieving my dreams would take. So you could think you're really good at something. You could think you're the best financial advisor in the world. You could think you're the best personal trainer in the world. You could think you're the best podcast host in the world. But then you shadow one of the best in the world. You go next to Jay-Z for a whole concert, and you see all the things that he does that you could do differently. And you're like, oh, now I know what I got to do to be great, to be on that level. You go to Joe Rogan's studio, you see how he prepares, you see how the team works, you see how the cameras are set up, you see how the audio is set up, and you pick up all these little pointers and you're like, I could do that better, 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 and now you know how you could become great. You observe the best financial, so the CEO of Goldman Sachs, you spend a day with the CEO of Goldman Sachs. Not only are you going to pick up a lot of things about leadership, but you're going to be inside the mind of a billionaire the entire day. So now all of a sudden that million doesn't look as hard, because now you're thinking in the mind of a billion. So when you see great, you start to understand how to become great. And it's a short poem, but you could talk about the concepts in that poem for the rest of your life. So I call it the top 10 rule. This changed my life. Like, Dylan had moments who changed his life. Freddie's had plenty of moments that have changed his life, personally, professionally, financially. But what changed my life was when I saw this guy speak in front of us. It was in college. It was a mandatory meeting. I did not want to go to it. And he goes, yeah, I wanted to be the best in the world. So I just wrote down the top 10 people in the world at what I wanted to do. And then I just went and learned, observed, and shadowed every single one of them. And that guy ended up having a lot of success in his career. And I was like, well, why don't I just start doing that? So everything that I do, I'm like, well, if I want to be good at it, who's the best at that? Now let me go learn exactly what they're doing. And of course, you're going to put your twist on it. You're you. You have the opportunity to do things the way that you want. But they have failed a lot more than you failed. They've succeeded a lot more than you succeeded. So it's probably a good thing to listen to them and apply their knowledge so that you could save time, energy, and stress to achieve what you want in life.
Yeah, man, most definitely. And it was like that too, like watching, because I seen that, right? I wanted to see what was next for me. And then I seen, you guys start pushing these events, right? You seen, you did the A to B conference. And I was always reluctant, right? But I was like, you know what? This is my boy Brandon's event. Like, I want to go support him and, see what he's about. And I showed up, man, and I was sitting there in the back of the room just watching all these guys take the stage and talk and give their speeches. And I was like, I want to do that. And if they can do that, like, I know him personally, and he's doing it, what's stopping me? How can he help me get there? So every week, like I said, man, I sat down, I listened with open ears, any feedback, anything like that, because he knows, right? He's done it. He knows what he's doing. He helped me set it up, and then he made this happen. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for my good damn Brandon. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Now, as we're moving on here, just going to bring out somebody up right here. And I didn't get a chance to meet him yet. I met him at Brandon's conference, A to B conference, and hit it off real well. So I want to bring him up right now, man. Come on. Bring it up here, Guillory. Come on.
How you doing?
How you go, man? Good. All right, Gilly, how's it going, man?
Good.
Appreciate you, man. So, we talked about a little bit about my show and podcast over there, and just off the rip, man, your energy was amazing, right? Just very warm, very welcoming, and supportive. And even through this, right, setting this up, man, just like that, I barely know you, right? I'm going to be real, right?
That's
we barely
right.
know each other. But, you know what? You called me up when I said I was doing my event. You said, I'm going to be there. You know, what you need from me? I'll show up. You need me to promote? I'll promote. You need music? I got music. I know people. You need sound? I know sound. Those are the people you got to keep in your life collectively, man. So I look forward to our real first interview. We have a full hour to sit down and stuff,
Absolutely.
But just give these people a little bit of background on what you do, man. Let them know what's going down with Gilly.
Of course. Well, thank you again, Freddie, for having me. Honestly, I told several of my people that I would be doing this last minute, and they pulled through. So anyway, my name is Guillory. For some of those of you that don't know me, I go by G for short. But basically, like Freddie was mentioning, we met at Brendan's event a couple months back, and we just had a good connection. Been looking forward to actually doing this and being an interview and doing this, but also, just based on the fact that we connected a little bit more, and what my message is really in regards to helping people building their own narrative. And I believe everybody has a story to share. Everyone has something in which they're trying to do, and something that's going to help them closer to their dreams. Realistically, I'm a financial planner. I had to really work for Northwestern Mutual. However, based on what I'm doing, and a lot of it has to deal with helping people plan out their goals within the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And regards to that, and as far as helping people build their own narrative, what I do is to really, get to know what it is that you want to do and how is it that you want to impact the world. I know several of us here have several things that we want to accomplish, several dreams of ours, several things in which we want to see coming to fruition, even an event like today, right? So Freddie's really building his own narrative in a sense of sharing that with the people, like having you guys here as an audience, just being able to share what he's doing, his vision, and that's really the impact that I want to see, just being able to connect with several people and connect with them on a human level, knowing that, we here for one another, growing together. That's something Brendan share a lot. And so, just grateful to be here, man. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate you, man. And I don't want to give you more time. And like I said, we're definitely going to have a full-hour interview, and I'm looking forward to that, to have you on. But I wanted you, again, because, like I said, Dylan's got his event coming up, and you're going to be speaking there, right, defying all odds and helping people from your aspect and what you could do. Brandon's also going to be there, so I wanted to let at least get you out there, right? You know what I'm saying? Put a face to the name so that people recognize who you are and show up, man, and support you, man, all right?
Absolutely. Yeah, man, defying all odds, as you mentioned in Dylan's event, everyone also has something that they're struggling with. So, I'll be speaking at that event to really talk a little bit more how I've been defining my odds. Originally, I'm from Haiti and been here for 11 years. And so it's been a journey and just an opportunity for me to even be here and connect with some of you all, and looking forward to connecting with you as well more, brother, and adding value to the community.
Absolutely, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna make some changes, you guys, man. So again, thank you, man. Of course, stay tuned. Make sure you get your tickets and attend that event. All right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So you guys, man, just gonna take a quick 5 minutes. We're gonna just bring it back, but we got Jay DeLeese in the house, my boy, and he's gonna do a little performance. We're gonna get him set up, man, and we're gonna get going with that. All right, guys? Thank you so much, man. Bear with me. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for holding it down, right? So I'm just gonna do a little brief introduction and a brief little touch up on my boy right here, Jay DeLeese, man. I've known him for quite some time, right? And you know, you was actually my first in-studio interview, man. First in-studio interview, and you held me down ever since. Also, because you know I'm doing a lot of t-shirts for you and stuff like that. But you always come through. And tonight I said, listen, man, I need you out here to do a couple of performances. And you was like, I'm in there. So thank you so much for being up here, man. Thank you. No doubt. So like I said, I'm kind of reminiscing with some of these people, and as I mentioned, you know what, my first in-person studio, right, interview was with this guy, and I walked away with something so powerful from our interview, right, because growing up for me, I struggled with confidence, right? I confused confidence with arrogance and intertwined them intimately, so I never allowed myself to be too confident, because then I thought I was being conceited, and I never really gave myself praise. And we sat down a student, I was telling you about that, and he looked at me, he was like, why? Why? You know what I mean? You do great things, you know what I'm saying? Like, be proud of yourself. Why? And he proceeded to tell me that growing up, you know, with your mom, she taught you to walk with confidence, right? She forced you to walk with confidence.
How you remember everything?
Listen, like I said, it was very, very astonishing because I didn't think about that, right? Like, your mom trained you to be bold, right? You know, like, she put you on that path to stand on your 2 feet, you know, with your shoulder out, and your chest out and stuff, and do what you do, and now you're up here performing and doing stage and stuff like that, living your dream, and it's because she taught you to walk with confidence, right? And that's something that I'm trying to teach and get my daughter to do, right? So she can grow up and do these things. So that really stuck out to me, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
So without further ado, man, let's give it up to my boy, Jay DeLeese, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Tropical Island. Let me get the mic up just a little bit. I don't know if it's going to distort. Yeah. Tropical Island, make some noise right now. What's going on? For y'all who don't know, I'm an R&B artist coming from Stamford, Connecticut. Singer, songwriter. I did a couple of songs. I wrote for French Montana. I got a song with Dave East. So I'm just out here trying to rep for the city, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to just go right into the first song. This one's called Understand. Let's get it. Yeah. Tropical Island, what's up? Hey, let's go. Yeah. Girl, you've been real comfortable. Starting to see that you done. I know. I thought communication was key, but you can't feel what I'm saying. No, I can't pretend. I've been keeping it real, but you can't comprehend. Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? I thought talking shit out was the plan. Hey, but you keep fucking playing. Hey, why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? I thought talking shit out was the plan, but you keep fucking playing. I don't know, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I should try to take a bit from the pain. Go back to yelling and screaming, cussing and screaming. Not trying to argue with someone not listening, cause it's too hard. All this reposition, conversations that's caused me. Why can't you understand me? Why can't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Baby, that was the plan. Oh, yeah. You keep fucking playing. But you keep fucking playing. Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? I thought talking shit out was the plan. But you keep fucking playing. Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? I thought talking shit out was the plan, but you keep fucking playing. Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? I thought talking shit out was the plan, but you keep fucking playing. I don't know, I should.
If y'all feeling that, make some noise right now. We gotta fix the mic just a little bit. It's a little distorted. I can't even really hear myself. Freddie, thank you for having me tonight. Check, 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 check. We good? It's all good. Fuck, let's go to the next one. Next song is titled Birthday Babies. This is gonna be the next single. You're gonna be able to catch it on iTunes, Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah. Get your turns on this one.
Yeah.
It's your birthday.
Hey. Yeah. Bounce. Hey. Bounce. Look at little bit. Hey.
Yeah. DJ Elise, yeah.
It's going up and you here just to celebrate. I pull up on you to celebrate. Post for them flicks.
Yeah.
You taking hella takes. Girl, twerk that ass, it got hella. You got an excuse to be a thought.
Tonight.
Looking for a nigga to stir up your pot. That's good. It's alright, cause girl, it's your time. Bust it open ass.
Yeah.
Girl, you look good when you back that ass up. Call me your daddy when you back that ass up. Girl, you got that ass, yeah, in your bag, yeah. Hating bitches getting mad cause you're lit gas, yeah. It's okay, you could be a thought
Tonight.
Your girl's gotta let you rock
Tonight.
cause it's alright, cause girl, it's your night. It's alright, birthday baby.
It's
Bounce,
alright.
bounce,
Girl, it's your
bounce,
night.
bounce, tropical island. Bounce, let's go. Bust it.
Cause it's your birthday. Just like that.
Fuck all the bitches you see, got that jersey seat. Your bitch is popping, I've been spot them enemies. Finger to your ops, worried you not. VIP is your spot, girl, just keep popping that wop. Cause
It's alright. Cause girl, it's your night. It's your time. Bust
Yeah.
it open, that's right.
hey, girl, you look good when you back. Call me your daddy when you back that ass up.
You got that ass, yeah, in your bag, yeah.
Hating bitches getting mad cause you're lit gas. It's okay, you could be a side.
Tonight.
Your girl's gotta let you rock.
Tonight.
Cause it's alright, girl, it's your night. It's alright, birthday baby.
It's alright.
Bounce.
Girl, it's your night.
Bounce,
It's alright.
just like that, let's go. Bust it open cause it's your birthday. Let's go. It's alright, girl, it's your night. It's alright, girl, it's your night. Let's go. Bust it open cause it's your birthday. Yeah, I go by the name of Jellies. I'm gonna just keep it short tonight. Like I said, you can catch that on Spotify, iTunes, coming real soon. Oh, we got tricks. All right. Make sure you tip that bartender, all right? Tip him good. Thank you. Have a good night, y'all.
Yeah. Yep. Hello. All right, guys, man. Thank you so much, man. One more time. Let's give it up for Jay Lease. So, yeah, guys, man. Again, man, it's rolling on. We're going to keep this moving, man. Again, I'm just going to take it just a quick few minutes, man. Get the next performer up here, my boy FNX right here. I know we're going to be taking the stage for you guys. Again, the whole reason we're here is, number one, like we said, celebrating the 50th episodes of the Saturday Night Sit Down. And number two, also, like I said, I partnered up with my boy FNX for the FNX Foundation, and we're collecting any foods, non-perishable foods for the organization, man, for those who are less fortunate. So if you don't get a chance, or if you haven't got any things to donate today, that's perfectly fine. You can link up with me. I'll put you in connection with my man, and we'll make sure we make that happen. So thank you guys again so much, man. Give me about 5 minutes. We're going to be back on with the music, all right?
No, no, no. You don't love me, and I know now.
How you want to start?
No, no, no. You don't love me, yes, I know now. 'Cause you left me, baby. And I've got no place to go now.
Yeah. A little bit quicker than I expected, man, to get the turnaround time. So, right here, guys, I want to bring up and introduce you to my boy, FNX. Now, like I said, right, your network is your network. I was putting my show together and looking for people who are doing great things in the community. And I was talking to my barber, Joel the Barber, and he says, yo, you know FNX? And I wasn't sure, but he put me on. I started listening to this dude's music. And, man, I got to say, man, you one of the last Mohicans with your lyrics, man. Your poetry is sick.
I appreciate you, sir. That means a lot coming from you.
Yo, man, and I meant it, man. So, you know, just a little background, right? So I was listening to his music, right? And one of his songs that stood out to me, that resonated, one of my favorite jams, right, is Barely Made It Through, right? Because it resonated because, like I said, you know, when I lost my job, I was going through all these things, right? I was suffering, wondering, like, you know, how I'm going to take care of my family, where I'm going to pay these bills, feeling like I was going through hell, right? And I didn't know what I was going to do, but, you know, I had a very strong woman by my side, encouraged me every single day. You know what I mean? Shout out to my baby. You know, who let me know, right? Because I struggled, right? I had the mentality, and I think that's, like I said, part of my show is erasing some of these stigmas, right? So I'm in the mentality that as a man, my only worth is if I provide for the family, right? If I'm putting food on the table, if I got shelter, if I'm paying bills, if I'm doing those things. So without having my job, I didn't feel like I was a man. And I would tell my wife that constantly, and she would assure me, listen, man, you're doing what you got to do. You're taking care of the family. You're with the kids all day. You're doing more than what you think and supporting me than just giving me money. So those words really went a long way. So thank you so much. And that's why I said I came through that song, because I said he went through hell and barely made it through, man. So just give us a little background on that, man. Just kind of explain to them that song for me.
Oh, absolutely. My name is FNX. I am from Norwalk. I'm Boughton Street, okay? I am a product of my environment, right? So as we gain favor, we get in a position to help others that are less fortunate. We raise awareness for those issues. So the FNX Foundation is a nonprofit that focuses on food insecurity and literacy. But when it comes to food insecurity, 1 out of every 6 children in the state of Connecticut are food insecure. So they don't know where their next meal is coming from. And many of those children have to go to school, and they're asked to perform academically with their peers, when we both know in affluent communities that number is lower, and low to moderate in communities that number is higher. So along the way, we rep our cause and we do our thing.
Yeah, man. Give it up for him. Give it up for him, man. And that's just what I'm about, man. Everybody that I associate with my circle is about, right? Giving back, making sure that we make the next generation better, that we're doing something to leave an impact, right? Well, like I said, and then I break it, one of my biggest fears in my life, right, is to be forgotten, right? Like, I cannot see myself walking through this whole life, you know what I'm saying, all this time with everything that's so much to do and not leave an impression on somebody. You know what I mean? So I refuse to do that, you know. So I partner myself up with a lot of great people, as you can see. I got Dylan, Brandon, FNX, Jay DeLeese, all these people in my corner support me, man, and we're going to do great things together. So thank you so much, man. Without further ado, I'm going to let you take the stage. Give it up for FNX.
I get the rap now? Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm a barsmith. So before I get into my music, we got to pay some homage first. Can we play track 1, please? I hope y'all know this beat. You should know this beat. Do y'all like Wu-Tang? Make some noise. Eh? I think I just gave it away. Doom, 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 doom. So the real FNX1 is my social media. Oh, there we go. The FNX Foundation website is being built currently. There we go. Hey, yo, turn me up, please.
Hey, yo, Mike.
FNXmusic.com.
Lyrics still matter.
Balls on deck, dog, don't get your click 8. I'm the next legend in the Big Mike mixtape. Throw the game away again, cause I eat big plates. All it takes is emojis to blow with your chick face. Disgrace all rappers that I slaughter. I'm a prince of divine order, spitting bullets like flying motors. Opposing me and make time shorter. For the alchemists who could turn acid to alkaline water. Bing told you that I'm wild with it. Put the rocket to your chest now, that's the way y'all get it. Moving like the golden child with it. Turn a snake and needle to a staff, just to port the now with it. My step, Kung Lao with it fitted on. Summoning dead poets over beats I'm spitting on. Lyrically, I am a witch's spawn. Spilling blood in the same stone the commandments are written on. Microphone miracle, lost on the Jericho. Drop bombs and I won't stop till the city gone. Someone tell him to let me on, cause I ride around 3-4 bras that get their Remy on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I just want, yeah. Look, when I spit it gets real bleak. I got a Call of Duty flowing, I'm about to get a kill streak. Y'all food, so I will eat. An instrumental sociopath with the way that I kill beats. Michael Myers and microphones, reciting bones. Surrounded by your butt, the chicks who like the bone. See, I'm here for the cipher throne. I'm a super kick on my opponents just to take the title home. With the bars I toe tag, I choke a rapper through the telephone like Ghost Dad. You don't get it, dog, so bad. There's a star in the galaxy for every word on my vocab. Vicious visionary, I pick up the pen and rappers I'm spitting like necromancers in the cemetery. My rival is similar to a horseman. Dope till I die like Philip Seymour Hoffman. Rest in peace, Philip Seymour. We gonna go to number 2, please. Yeah, we just gonna keep rocking. I gotta pay homage before I get into my music. He gave me some time, so trust me, I'm gonna talk a whole lot tonight. Do y'all like Big Pun? Y'all fans of Big Pun? Are y'all fans of Big Pun? There we go. I promise you, I was around a bunch of Puerto Ricans in 8th grade, and all I wanted to listen to was Pun. So this is off the FNX Music Volume 2, hosted by DJ Big Mike. Lyrics don't matter.
I gave you fair warning.
Yeah. It's like ancient spirits exist in me. I was nice before life failed to recorded history. It's like Sumerians predicted me. And if you look at the tomb of Gilgamesh, there's the glyph in me. I'm a rogue assassin linguistically. Who was John Wicked's favorite rapper the moment he tried to spit with me? It's like they can't coexist with me. I'm waging war with your false idols till they nail the crucifix to me. The wicked wizard will craft the rhymes. I'ma catch more bodies than the whole expendable cast combined. Pay me homage or get back in line. All prophets talk to burning bushes. I pour gas on mine. This is soul corruption. Overthrow the throne reduction. Here to restore nature's balance and bring the globe destruction. Live in the flesh, so no disruptions. This next mixtape is Yellowstone eruption. I'm the illest, let me demonstrate. I read the Bible backwards to play my demo tape just to levitate. I'm a bomb about to detonate. Going off like I'm spitting holy water in a devil face. I elevate, particle accelerate. Lyrically my flow is an omen ready to revelate. 2 phones, no heaven gates. But high enough that I can hop the hits in the heaven's gates. Grave desecrated, I'm so greasy. Rappers may hate me, but they can't beat me. You could have a record deal, be on TV. No matter when it come to bars, you can't see me. I want a planet called Al Gore. In this never-ending story, my flow is flyer than foul cores. So I love it when the crowd roars. Cause I took an oath to do rappers like I'm Duncan McLeod's sword. Phoenix. Rest in peace to Big Pun. Please make some noise for Big Pun. Alright. So now, we can stop that. We're gonna get into my music. So, I need you guys to repeat after me. This is where I do the whole crowd participation thing. So please say energy, frequency, vibration. Energy, frequency, vibration. Okay, then you should know this next song. We can play that. No, EFV. Oh, wait a minute. EFV. My bad. That's me. That's the one I want. Of course. Yeah. I mean, I could do that, but I already had him do the whole energy, frequency, vibration thing. That's it. What's going on, world? This is off my project called The Universal Frequency. Shout out to Mind's Eye Productions. He's from Norwalk too. Energy, frequency, vibration. Energy, frequency, vibration. Energy, frequency, vibration. Go and live your destiny now. Why are you waiting? Energy, frequency, vibe. Energy, frequency, vibe. Energy, frequency, vibe.
For me and mine,
Yeah.
I'ma go get my piece of the pie.
Yeah. Lord knows that I asked for it. So he put me through pain and told me to rap for it. I ain't tripping no more, now we'll just stack for it. Tapping into my soul power and black for it. Digging into my roots, maybe I black thought it. Knowing that blunts burn different with wax on it. Infinity Stone rap with the Tesseract on it. You really feel you better than Phoenix Act on it. Till I converting all the non-believers. Throwing up my signal, hoping God can reach us. Wondering why they hate my color and darker features. This is a stream of consciousness that I may ought to frequent. 9 to 5, still I make a flipping on the weekend. Your shorty still wanna bless me what she put on the weekend. Energy is eternal, I am the conscious speaking. Another domino in the line of karma sequence. Frequency vibration. Energy, frequency, vibration. Energy, frequency, vibration. Go and live your destiny now, why are you waiting? Energy, frequency, vibe. If you're not listening,
Energy, frequency,
I'm
vibe.
telling you to live your destiny, right?
Energy, frequency, vibe. For me
Yeah.
and mine, I'ma go get my piece of the pie.
Was really the point of rap verses when they still shooting up black churches. This is black business with black purpose. Comedic cross, being rapped by a black serpent. Blacks murdered by authority. No, they say it's legal, but how they do it morally? Microphone wizard, I can manifest it orally. God watch over me and everybody else told me it's real life. Embrace the pressure and let it build. In the land of the snakes, I promise to sell the real. My flow was an omen of the open and 7 seal. This is realer than real, there isn't a Reddit pill. Syntax swerver, blue moon on my neck turner. I don't just record, I go in the booth and track murder. May the universe keep me alive while I'm tapping to that energy, frequency, vibe.
Energy, frequency, vibration. Energy, frequency, vibration. Energy, frequency, vibration.
Go and live your destiny now, why are you waiting? Energy, frequency, vibe. Energy, frequency, vibe. Energy, frequency, vibe.
For me and mine,
I'ma go get my piece of the pie. Hold on, we can stop that right there, right? So I wouldn't be a good MC if I didn't come up here, right, and sort of narrate the music, right? And the Universal Frequency was a project where when I had my daughter, my first daughter, right, and looked in her eyes and God like revealed himself to me, I knew what my purpose was. So my music started to shift to be more of a message to empower people to be whoever it is that they had to be. And that's what the Universal Frequency is about. And that's what I hope you leave here today with. So we're going to keep it moving. We're going to get into the next joint, please. Whatever one you got lined up. Are y'all having a good time tonight? Please make sure you tip your wonderful bartenders. Y'all are working hard to get y'all drunk. Young black males. All right, so this next song, right? When you hear the sample, you're going to know who it is. This is off one of my first projects called The Blue Moon, which is a Nat Turner reference, right? It was what Nat Turner saw in the sky and used as a sign to begin his sort of slave revolution. Not to get too deep, but this song is about being young and a black male in a lower moderate income community dealing with adversity. So we can play that. Yeah, no, young black males.
Man, it's like the only thing we can really leave behind is culture, is music, you know, and dignity and determination.
This is an ill Tupac interview, by the way.
I feel as though I'm cheated because instead of me fulfilling my prophecy, I have to start one. Instead of me, you know,
The Real
doing a
FNX
good
one.
job and carrying on the empire.
It's my social media.
And that's a
Shout
hell
out to
of a
my brother
job for a
B-Love.
21-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a job for any youngster, male
Yeah.
or female.
Life wasn't fair, daddy wasn't there, mommy was a junkie and the mom wasn't clear. They don't know the struggle or the pain that I bear, but this is the type of itch that the world won't hear, so I let my beard grow, malt liquor beer flow, posted on the corner wondering where did the years go. But there's a bunch of other stories you don't hear though, like where will the young black scholar careers go? I need airflow, oxygen, plus it's real hard to breathe when they box me in. Mad clock to spin, plus lots of gin, roll around with my 4 or 5 cocked again. man. It ain't new to me, trick, I know the game. And I ain't tripping if I get a little fame. Life is don't deserve her. Money on my mind, making music over murder. Young black male, groomed to be violent, committing crack sales. And they want throw us in these overpacked jails. Pushing negativity cause they know that sells. So I live the life of a young black male, groomed to be violent, committing crack sales. And they want throw us in these overpacked jails.
Pushing negativity cause they know that sells.
I barely made it myself, educated myself. I ain't have a road dog, had to pay for myself. Funny thing is, I ain't really pray for myself. I just knew my worth wasn't portrayed through my wealth. Look, I came from a broken home, so the trap raised me. Rush Limbaugh labeled me a crack baby. These all do crime and they yak crazy. So I be the man that 90s rap made me, right? I'm still lit like confused. Government rather build prisons than build schools. But they want 22s, put our money in jewels. Let them laugh at us when we see us up on the news. But your boy still thriving, and I'm trying to turn coal into diamonds. Tell me, dog, what you know about grinding? Easy Mac, quarter water, chicken flavor ramen. Of a young black male, groomed to be violent, committing crack sales. And they want throw us in these overpacked jails.
Pushing negativity
Cause they know that sells. So I live a life of a young black male,
groomed to be violent,
committing crack sales.
and they want throw us in these
Overpacked jails.
pushing negativity cause they know that sells.
Listen to these words.
Where our vacation was down the street, cross town,
Real life.
grandma house. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Powell Street. Shout out to Colonial Village.
Jail, to be even more real.
Fist in the sky, still getting fly. Coming from a place where they kill for their pride. Real, and they still getting high. Minimum wage jobs is still getting by. Round 95, I was in the boot camp, listening to Buckshot, eating off of food stamps. So I spit the type of these other dudes can't. Live from the gutter where they never get a true chance. That's the reason why it's still hustle. Overcome odds even though we still scuffle. But it's all about green, Bill Russell. And we carry weight so we live Bill Muscle. They don't want to tussle and orthodox. Hands of God, y'all too short to box. Young minority, rebel to authority. Despite being broke, I was always rich morally. Of a young black male, groomed to be violent, committing crack sales. And they want throw us in these overpacked jails. Pushing negativity cause they know that sells. So I live a life of a young black male,
groomed to be violent, committing crack sales, and they want throw us in these overpacked jails.
pushing negativity cause they know that sells. So hold, pause that right there. So when I talk about the young black male dynamic, right, there are some green book rules that we have to live by. Me being in corporate, right, it's important that I don't come off too angry or I'm not too forward because they'll look at me as aggressive, right? I have a beard. I'm masculine. These are things that in a corporate environment tends to cause people of color to walk on eggshells, right? And so these are things that we have to discuss. These are things that we have to prep our children for. And these are conversations that children should be having with their fathers, their uncles, and their grandfathers. Can we say amen to that? Okay, we're going to keep on rocking. Throwing that survival of the fittest, man. I can't duck that no more. Hey, yo. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Were y'all fans of Mobb Deep? Please tell me if you are. I can tell you I'm a fan. Rest in peace, P. And I'm still warming up. I got like a bunch of songs and shit. It's crazy. Hoodied up now, you can say I'm Trayvon. Spitting bullets with George Zimmerman's name on them. Phonetically, I'm about to flame on them. You can line up a list of your favorite rappers and I maim all them. Damn, these haters don't want me to grind. Man, these bad boys don't want me to shine. All I really need is a blunt and a 40 to rhyme. Roasting the dead to split your skull like a coffin of mine. I'm out the school, y'all, watch and learn. I'm the rap game hitman, Tommy Hearns. Collateral damage ain't my concern. As if I get to your city, yellow bodies burn. When I rhyme, y'all are needed thesaurus. Cause I studied the deception of Jesus and Horus. Got enough balls to match every tree in the forest. I can spit a whole LP without needing a chorus. Balls for days and nights too. On the mic, I'm a predator like Ice Cube. I'm a murderous virgin and Merlin will lead on my sermon in the booth. Ain't no telling what I might do. See, I'm lit about the blow, dynamite fuse. That's just banging on lunch tables in high school. When I rhyme about the meridian, crack the planet in half at its prime meridian. Metaphor, marathon, lyrical paragon. I get my gamma radiation, Bruce Banner on. Straight hits, homie, get my hearing on. Harder than Goku, hitting Frieza with a spirit bomb. Who am I? Simon Phoenix. All FNX for the non-believers. This is more than a verse, this is a war cry. Cause I'm feeling like Anakin on the dark side. That was angry FNX. Alright. Now I finally get into my music. We gonna play What's Evil. Number 6, What's Evil. So this next song, right, and it's produced by Kenny Cash. Shout out to Kenny Cash. It's called What's Evil. And when I wrote this song, my state of mind was challenging some of the paradigms that we know about good and evil, right? As a young person of color, I watched Saturday morning cartoons tell us that, you know, the good hero was always with the white power, you know, and then like the evil ones had the dark power. And so when I wrote this song, it was about what's evil because my skin is dark. And I had to ask my mother, was I bad one day? Like that's the conversation we actually had. So we're going to get into it. And I take it there. You know I'm not afraid. I take it there. But for the right reasons. This is off, what project is this? Who Am I? Yeah, Who Am I? And I still got new shit. Yeah. This the shit I get deep on. I ain't go to church till I still had the floor to sleep on. Dream chasing, trying to get my meek on. Should I dumb it down to get my immortal technique on? Fam, when I spit I'm supposed to black. Tell them F-boys I want my culture back. I just gave my life, take an oath to back. Shoot to it, I take an oath to rap. Looking back, it was maybe karma. Sins of a past life that made me somber. Sleeping in a shelter made me stronger. Addicted to the pain, pain gave me armor. So when you pray, be careful what you wax for. Cause I can feel the serpent waiting at my back door. I don't gotta rhyme what you think I rap for. I've been homeless, nigga, I don't gotta act poor. It's evil, my drive to win. Then how do I survive in sin? Lord, tell me what's evil. It's evil, what lies within. And is it in my eyes and skin? Lord, tell me what's evil. It's evil, the lies in men. Until the sun sets, rise again. Lord, tell me what's evil. Am I really evil? Lord, tell me what's evil. Yeah, I'm a child of the boom bap. I walk an example of what a Dr. Doom rap. And 80s baby, so my forefathers used crack and push white up in their nose to get their groove back. Let's keep it real, it's still gonna be this dough. And they were damn, they sell their soul so they can get this dough. I'm kicking cold, I'm hoping that people hear me though. Cause I'm a product of blunts, 40s and Michelobes. Real ish, I'm just trying to keep it gutted, man. I was broke when Tempest talk about rubber bands. Got the toast, I'm just trying to get this butter, man. A young fan who just wanna do a summer jam. But I feel the sand slipping through my hourglass. Hope that young and all the other cowards last. Whether it's guns and crack sales, life of a young black male, I'm against all law. It's evil, my drive to win. Then how do I survive in sin? What's evil? It's evil, what lies within. And is it in my eyes and skin? Lord, tell me what's evil. It's evil, the lies in men. Until the sun sets, rise again. Lord, tell me what's evil. Am I really evil? Lord, tell me what's evil. All right. So here's the thing, right? You'll be mad at me, but I got another song I gotta show you. That may not be the joint that you're looking for. All right? Okay, hold on. Well, all right, so hold on. Let's go. All right. Because it suits the narrative, trust me. So it's, what number is this? What number is this? Hold on. Okay, this is number 13. All right, so this song I'm getting ready to perform, right? And then, you know, you can go on, get drunk, and I won't bother you, right? This next song is called Homeless. And this really resonates with the mission and purpose of not only my organization, but what we are trying to accomplish when we're raising awareness for low to moderate income children. So I was a displaced child. I spent time in a shelter. My mother and I spent time in a domestic abuse shelter for victims of domestic violence. We have also gone to shelters and gotten bed bugs and lost all our shit, right? So this next song is really about some of these experiences that people go through and you don't know that they're wearing it. So this is what we're gonna do. And this is a new song. Yo, wait till I drop it. No, yo.
Yeah.
Once upon a time I was homeless, washing in a Mickey D sink. Couldn't go to school being sick. Turn it up please, brother.
Had a notebook
Full of music even though I was still an honest student, not despite being homeless. Teachers didn't know it, didn't care. Always questioning me why I grew my hair.
Whole time I was homeless. Present day,
I just bought a crib.
I know what it is. I just give thanks cause I used to be.
Around the time the moms got divorced, I was a Burke Mall patriot trying to make my way up north. Hunger, poverty, pain, I was lost. Everything in life was hard, so there's probably a walk 'em off. Eviction notices, rent due on behind we. Had nowhere to go, so it tested mommy's sobriety. Try to find work, even Papa John's wouldn't hire me. These were the moments later on will go to inspire me, but real life there is no fast forward. You ever had to steal food cause you ain't had the cash for it? I still feel it when I close my eyes. When we got kicked out, it was cold outside. And it's light when it cold. I'ma write and get dope. Tell the world my story, put my life in the quotes. Me and Tasha was A students despite being broke. Smarter than we were poor, even though the family was homeless.
Washing in a
Mickey D sink,
cause I
couldn't go to school being stink.
That's because I was homeless.
Had a notebook full of music even though I was still an honest student.
Not despite being homeless.
Teachers didn't know it, didn't care.
Always
Questioning me why I grew my hair.
Whole time I was homeless.
Present day, I just bought a crib.
I know what it is. I just give thanks cause I used to be.
And know the woman thinks she was a Delta. Brother to a church that was also serving as a shelter. Real life frozen without the Elsa. Abused victim with 2 kids we went, hoping they would help us. I cried nights the first few. Sick of the air mattress and curfew. See the story gets darker in verse 2. I learned the devil found his way up in the church too. See the pastor was a demon and sexual predator, pressing abuse women for pussy like it was regular. Day 3 saw my mother so we could wreck. But Sarah, future advances is why I respected her. So that night we had to go into that Georgia clay and snow. Gotta protect my family, God, what I'm praying for. What's my purpose for being here? I don't really know. I can say you ain't never been cold, that's unless you've been homeless.
Washing in a
Mickey D sink,
cause I
couldn't go to school being stink.
That's because I was homeless.
Had a notebook full of music even though I was still an honest student.
Not despite being homeless.
Teachers didn't know it, didn't care.
Always
Questioning me why I grew my hair.
Whole time I was homeless.
Present day, I just bought a crib.
I know what it is. I just give thanks cause I used to be.
Now I'm on my 3rd verse, mama. Tell me why it still hurts, mama. I'm trying to find my real worth, mama. Trust me, I know it's gonna work, mama. I know the pain and it gotta be real. Every time I see a youngin' going through it, it bothers me still. Deep at my core, I gotta rebuild. Even though the hurt on my stomach is what drove my improbable skill. Humble beginnings, unstoppable will. Rise from the Phoenix, rappers I used to listen to acknowledge them ill. Through the Tresto, operative kills, waiting for trauma to heal. Blessed be the churches that I'm gonna build. Lord God, give us light along the way. Sun downtown, so at night, just let us pray. Penance for past life sins, I let us stray. We ain't have a place to stay. Once upon a time, we was homeless. So I give thanks, cause I used to be. I hope y'all messing with me. Shout out to Fab's 50th episode. I appreciate you, brother.
Nah, thank you so much, man, and thank you everybody for showing up, man. We wrapping up here, so just real quick before I let us go, like I said, shout out to my network and everybody, right? So I want to give a few minutes to a good friend of mine too. I kind of consider like a mentor. I could call him up anytime and ask for any tips or pointers and stuff. So, and he's doing wonderful things, right? We need to bring awareness about gun violence, right? And he's doing all that, and he's doing wonderful things for the community. So real quick before I leave here tonight, I just want to give him a few minutes. So Wilner, man, what's going on, Pop? What's going on, man? Let's give it up, man. Let's give it up for him, man. Let's give it up for the man. Let's give it up for the man. You know, this dude was traveling. He's doing a bunch of things. He's got so much on his plate, man. But I told him I was doing an event, and he showed up, man, came through for me. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Good evening, everybody. I wasn't expecting this, but appreciate it, man. It's all about you. First of all, let's give you a shout out for just having the courage to be able to use your platform to help everybody bring out their dreams. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, I just want to say, man, before I get into me, I just want to say give you your flowers, because I think in life we don't really appreciate people until they're gone. So while they're here, I want to give you your flowers. I want to say I really appreciate you. I'm not just your mentor, you my mentor, because I appreciate how you are as a family man, how you treat the community, how you treat people in general. And that's how we should follow our narratives of life. We should treat people with respect and love. And if we follow those things right there, life will be better. So I just want to say, man, thank you for the platform. Real quick second, I'm from Stamford, Connecticut. My name is Wilmer Joseph. Everybody knows me in the community as Poppy. I run a nonprofit organization called Hoops for All, where we bring advocacy to the center court, where I run a lot of basketball clinics, camps. I do private training. We do a lot of enrichment programs, mentoring programs for the youth who are struggling mentally. And also have a clothing brand we have on now called $1 Million Smile that brings awareness to mental health and gun violence. And some of our proceeds helps fund my nonprofit organization. And it's an honor of my brother Max, who was murdered in 2017, April 20th. So ever since then, I turned my pain into purpose. And in life, we always got to remember, never, ever let your pain take over your mindset, because our mind is very, very strong and it plays tricks on us. And we got to surround ourselves around positivity and put God first. And thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. If you guys ever see me around, need any help, I'm always there for the community. Appreciate you, King.
Appreciate you, guys. Thank you, man. So thank you guys so much. So I've been up here, man. Like I said, everybody's been helping me. I don't want to take too much time. We got another band performing at 8 o'clock, and they gave me the opportunity to come up here. So last, before I let y'all go, since it's a very, very memorable moment for me, if y'all can all just come up towards the stage real quick so we can take one picture and put it out there for me, I would really, really appreciate it. So anybody in the house, man, please come up here and take this picture, man.